Chevrolet is the only dealer in Warsaw to offer warranty forever on every new and used vehicle under 100,000 miles. I need to fill the lot, and that means above market price for your used vehicle. Up in and get a cash offer for your vehicle in 5 minutes or less. Don't compromise while shopping for a new Chevrolet. Let Lakeside help you custom order your new ride with all the options you want. Lakeside Chevrolet, home of the warranty forever.
News Now Warsaw. From the Matt Rudkin Weather After forecast for tonight, a frost advisory will be in effect as we drop down to a low of 34 with northwest winds at 10. Tomorrow, sunny, we warm back up to 55 with west winds up to 20. And then clear skies for Saturday night, a low of 35, and sunny on Sunday with a high of 65. Again, for tonight, a frost advisory is in effect as we drop down to a low of 34.
Right now, it's 48 degrees.
News Now Warsaw, WRSW 1480 AM and W259 BJ 99.7 FM, Warsaw, Indiana.
The Red Hawks are making their way around the track, behind the fence, back behind the scoreboard at the south end of Fisher Field. They will come out from the southeast corner. The Tigers are now amassing here in the southwest corner. And here come the Tigers onto the field for the last time in the regular season, led by Tucker Curtis on his scooter. Fittingly so, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fitting. You know, Tucker put all the work in preseason, got hurt in the first game, senior quarterback, and he's leading them out onto the field.
By the way, he is in uniform. He's got the full and helmet and the whole deal. And that was Coach Curtis's idea. And Coach Curtis came to him and said, can you operate that thing with your uniform on? He says, yes, sir. And so they put him in uniform, and he is out in the middle of that massive humanity in the giant orange W here at Fisher Field. It is really very brisk, to be nice. 49 degrees at game time. That temperature will continue to drop through the 40s. As you just heard the guy who's been doing the weather this week for Matt Rudkin say, we might get down to 34, and if you have mums and things outside, you might want to take care of those before this night is over. Put a sheet or some things over top of them to keep the frost off of them. Although if the wind keeps blowing, which I think it's going to continue to do, might not be such a bad deal. Frost can only be bad if the wind quits blowing, so we'll have to wait and see. All right, so obviously first objective for Warsaw is to win this game. They're a heavy favorite in this game. What are their other objectives as we get ready for this contest here in the next 30 seconds?
Well, obviously you want to run your offense well. You want to develop some chemistry, some rhythm to that offense. Defensively, it's communication. You know, tonight they want to get pressure on the quarterback. Goshen's got a young quarterback in there. They want to pressure the quarterback. They need to communicate when they're doing that. And, you know, this is one of those games where you hate to think of it this way, but it's almost a tune-up for next week against Northridge. You can't look past Goshen, don't get me wrong, but, you know, you want to get out there and you really want to develop that rhythm and that tempo to your offense especially.
The captains are going to the center of the field. Tucker Curtis does not have the scooter. He cannot put weight on that left leg, which was broken back here at Fisher Field in week one. But he is out there with his buddies, and so is Chilcott, the offensive lineman who has a torn ACL, is out for the season, which was a very disappointing development for him. They were really, really pleased with the way he was going. Harrison Stouffer also not available for the Tigers tonight with an injury, so they continue to try to move the pieces around to make them fit.
Yeah, absolutely, and these kids put in so much work, you know, in the off season, and even last year, you know, in the weight room and all that good stuff, and then to get out here and get hurt and not being able to experience Friday night on the field, you know, you got to feel for these guys, and at any level, you know, all the people who work hard and get injured, but yeah, especially for our seniors right now, this it's a special moment for them to be out there for the coin toss.
Curtis gets no help on the way off. He hops on his own. He kind of waved up. I got it. God bless him. He has really been helpful to Grady and to Drew and also to Daler, who have been the three quarterbacks behind him from the start of the season, who are now the quarterbacks. He's been very helpful to them.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, think about it. If you're a quarterback or a senior and you break your leg in the first game, you know, you could walk away. But he's chose not to do that. he's still a huge part of this team, and he makes huge contributions day in and day out in that practice.
Goshen won the toss, Warsaw won the toss and deferred. So the Tigers will kick off to start the game. Mason Smythe will do that job. He will have the wind at his back. The wind's still blowing from the northwest and still blowing pretty good, 15 miles an hour. I can't remember a week, Rob, where we've had the wind be a factor like this at the start of a football game.
No, I agree with you. We've had it a little bit breezy at the beginning of games, but nothing like this.
So Smythe is going to tee the ball up at the 11. Cohen Hetty is going to have to come in because the ball has already fallen off once. And so Hetty is going to have to hold it for Smythe so that he can kick it. And he will walk off his steps, and the Red Hawks have one man very deep, and that is Cole Hinkle standing at the 3-yard line. Week 8 of the high school football season. In a week and 3 hours from now, the regular season will be over, and we are underway. The kick by Smythe is short. It's going to land at the 6-yard line and bounce into the end zone. So it goes as a touchback, but not the kind of touchback that we thought there would be at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, Hinkle for Goshen didn't want any part of that return. The ball landed at the 6-yard line. He easily could have caught it and brought it out, but he elected to let it bounce into the end zone, so they get it at the 20.
That's where they will take over, first down and 10. Again, at the beginning of the season, all you have to do is look at the scoring to know how this team was operating, and it looked different. It looked different than it had the last few years, and they were really, really looking sharp. And then they lost their quarterback, Quinn Bechtel, to that broken collarbone, and it's not been the same since. First down and 10 for the Red Hawks, starting at their own 20. Ball in the middle of the field. Red Hawks working from right to left here. They snap it back, and Fry was going to take off with it, and he bobbled it and lost 3 yards back to the 17-yard line. So a negative play to start the game. Second down and 13 coming for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, and Goshen that time in a shotgun formation, and the snap hit the quarterback Fry right in the hands, and he just immediately dropped it and had to jump on it.
He was worried about what he was going to do. He'd already looked up to see where the line was going to offer him a hole. Second down and long coming up for Goshen. Fry has one back beside him. Back to throw Fry. Quick throw, far side, tipped away, incomplete. Corbin Johnson tipped it away from the intended target, which was Noah Alford, again their leading receiver, 25 catches for 262 yards and 3 touchdowns. Third down and 13 coming up for Goshen here on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, and that time Alford was in the slot on the right side, and he ran downfield about 5 yards and just turned around, little curl pattern, but the defense was there to knock the ball away.
Johnston, with his arm gently resting on the back of Alford, not enough to draw a penalty, and then reached over the right hand and batted it down. Third down and very long. Empty backfield now for the Red Hawks. Fry's going to run left, turn upfield at the 20, 25. He's to the 30 and still going to the 35. He's to the 40 and all the way out to the 42-yard line. Marking to the 43. That's a 20-yard gain for Elliott Fry, and Goshen converts on third and very long, first down Red Hawks.
Yeah, and that time the Tigers came with a blitz, and they blitzed Goshen on Goshen's right side, and Fry ended up running off tackle to the left, and there was a huge hole there. And once he got through the line of scrimmage, all the linebackers had blitzed on the other side of the field. There was no one there to bring him down.
10:50 left to play, opening quarter. First drive of the game, Red Hawks with a first down from their own 43. They will hand off to the right. There's just no room to run there for the running back, Leish Detweiler. He's thrown for a loss of 1 back to the 42. Second down and 11 coming up for Goshen. Goshen's 2-5, Warsaw 5-2. Tigers finish the season at Northridge next week. We'll be on the air starting at 6:15 on News Now Warsaw. They'll send Clark way wide to the right. Out there with him is Bontrager. 2 wide out to the near side. On second down and 11. Fry back to throw. Quick throw in the flat. Incomplete. Intended out there on the far side for Bontrager. Johnston on the coverage. Third down and 11 coming up for Goshen.
Yeah, and that time Bontrager was in the slot on the right side, ran a little down and out. He only went downfield about 3 or 4 yards and cut to the outside. The coverage was really good, and Fry ended up throwing the ball away.
Really, that was the best outcome of that play for Goshen. Because if he completes that pass or throws it where it could be completed, Johnston picks it off and runs it back to the south end zone for a touchdown. 3rd down 11. In a similar situation earlier in this drive, Goshen converted on a 20-yard run. Fry takes a snap, back to throw, looks, fires it deep up the near sidelines, and it's going to be intercepted. Theocatris from the 33, back to the middle of the field, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, up the near sideline, got a convoy of blockers. His brother throws the last one, and Theocatris scores a touchdown. There is a flag down, however, back at the 19-yard line. Oh, my. And where the flag is thrown is literally 30 yards away from where Catras was. Let's see what the flag is. It doesn't look good. Although the defense is running off the field and nobody from Warsaw is running on. And the Goshen people are lined up like they're going to defend a point after. Let's see. Here comes the referee. It is a touchdown. It's a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against Warsaw. 67-yard interception return for Theocatris, his 2nd of the year, and Warsaw leads 6-0.
Yeah, and that time, Fry tried to throw the ball deep down the left side. He had his receiver running a fly pattern, and he threw that ball very high, and the wind caught it and just hung it up there in the air. It came back towards the middle of the field, and Theocatris was there to haul it in. And Theo did a beautiful job of turning the Jets on, getting downfield, and taking it back for a pick 6.
Tigers with their 8th interception of the season. Catras with his 2nd. Both he has taken to the house. So it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that happened back upstream, and apparently after the touchdown had been scored. So it was part of the celebration. All the parts of the kicking game back in place. Kyle Schnackenberg will snap it back to Daylor Villema, who will hold it for Mason Smythe, who this season is 19 out of 21. And the snap is a little low, but the placement is down, and the kick is good. 9:48 left to play here in the opening quarter. Warsaw leads 7-0 over Goshen. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Welcome to the spa, Mrs. Williamson. Ready for your manicure and your beauty treatment?
And your massage.
Mommy, wake up.
Honey, did you get my shirts from the dry cleaners?
Oh, I knew I was dreaming.
Escape to the spa every day in your own bathroom with an elegant glass shower and tub enclosure designed by the specialists at Glass Doctor. All for less than you might think. Visit glassdoctor.com today to receive a free copy of our design and installation guide.
Enjoy the next level of fun on the water with help from Splendor Boats. Place your order now on Quest Pontoons or a Splendor custom-built power catamaran deck boat. Ask about their indoor, safe, and clean off-season boat storage, winterization, shrink wrapping, and pontoon redecking. Or have Splendor's custom upholstery and canvas refit or repair individual cushions, covers, or tops. Plus, schedule your spring boat arrival so you don't have to wait next year. Visit them in Warsaw or Silver Lake or online at SplendorBoatsWarsaw.com. Splendor Boats, a small family business for big family fun.
Dave Ramsey, weeknights at 6 on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
7-0 Tigers. The kickoff now moves all the way back to the 25-yard line. That's the penalty for the unsportsmanlike conduct. And now Smythe will kick it off from the tee from there. It's a better kick, but it's going to go back to the 13-yard line. Hinkle to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Oh, he ran into a Tiger at the 28-yard line. And that was Ethan Egoff. I'll tell you what, Ethan Egoff is going to be on this football team doing something pretty important next season.
Well, I think without a doubt, every time he's on the field, he makes some kind of impact play, and he's been a big part of this Tiger team this year.
So, Red Hawks from the 29-yard line, officially first down and 10, 9:43 left to play here in the first quarter. Warsaw with a 7-0 lead on the interception return by Theocatris. The Catras brothers have 3 interceptions, and they have run them all back for touchdowns. Fry, quarterback keeper, to the 30, to the 31-yard line. Just bowling straight ahead. And that's, by the way, that's a pretty impressive play. Jet Woodward on the stop for the Tigers with help from Mason Gabrich.
Yeah,
as big as he is, Rob, that's a good play.
Well, that's what I was just thinking. You know, with the way this offense is set up right now, you know, that maybe their best bet is just to run that fullback off or that quarterback off tackle, because it's like running a fullback off tackle.
Second down and 7 as they mark the ball at the 22. Fry again, running left. Pushed back in the backfield, and he'll be hit and thrown for loss. And did the ball come out of there? He was reaching back like he lost it, and he did lose it, but he got it back. But he'll go down at the 27-yard line. That is a loss of 5, and it's third down and 12. And here's Goshen in that spot that they don't want to be in. Last week against Plymouth, they were 2 of 14 on third down. They struggled against Plymouth, a team that still has not won this season and isn't likely to win a game this season. Goshen had to score with 1:22 left and kick the extra point to not get shut out by a Plymouth team that's been giving up points in big bunches. So now it's third down and 12 for the Redhawks. I don't think we'll see any more fly patterns with the wind blowing like it is. Fry back to throw. He's going to chuck it up the near side. Ransbottom's got that one lined up, and he picks it off. He's tackled and goes down inside the Tiger 45-yard line. They will mark him down right at the 40. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Redhawks with 8:11 left to play in the quarter. Warsaw's got the ball back again.
Yeah, and again, they tried to run that fly pattern down the left side, and they chucked it up there. And this time the throw was a little more accurate, but the coverage was fantastic. The Tigers come away with the interception, and the offense is finally getting a chance to get out on the field.
Ransbottom with his second pick in as many home games. And Drew Sullivan's got the offense on the field looking to add to a 7-0 lead. Up the middle, they go with Zollinger, and Zollinger's got good yardage across the 45 to the 46. Zollinger came into the game with 32 carries for 252 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tigers run a different offensive lineman out there for this particular play on second down and 4. Ball in the near hash mark, that's the right side of the formation as Warsaw goes from our left to right. Sullivan gets his boys set. He's got a wing on either side. Zollinger behind him in the backfield. And they'll hand off to Reed again. He's got the first down across midfield to the Goshen 47-yard line. First down Tigers after a gain of 7 yards for the red-headed junior.
And that's a good sign. The offensive line doing a nice job here early on. 2 carries, 13 yards for the fullback, and a first down right off the bat.
The Redhawks in conference games giving up 154 yards on the ground. That is 5th best in the conference. First down Warsaw, leading 7-0, 7 minutes left. Sullivan will keep this time, spin away from 1, spin away from 2, and then gets stood up and thrown backwards from the 44-yard line. He'll get 3 yards. He'll be stopped by Blake Wyman, who we said earlier in the night is their best defender, and he is a handful to try to block.
Yeah, and that time Sullivan bobbled the snap, and we saw a lot of that last week up at Wawasee, and that's something that this Tiger team has got to get ironed out here towards the end of the season going into sectional play.
You know, no matter who they put out there quarterback, that's still a problem. It just is. It's been a problem from day one. Second down and 7. Tigers again on the near hash mark at the Red Hawk 44. Play clock at 5, 4, 3. Sullivan will start the play. He'll keep it. He'll turn upfield. Breaks the tackle 40, 35, up the middle of the field, across the 35, and down to the 31-yard line. First down Tigers. Again, Drew Sullivan making the right read and making the one-man miss at the line of scrimmage that he had to.
Yeah, and that time he not only made the right read, but what a nice run on his part. He got that thing upfield, cut it to the inside, eluded a tackler or two, and he is quick. He's big and he's got long strides, and he gets through, he eats up yardage in a hurry.
Started the year as the number 4 guy on the depth chart, but he's the number 1 guy right now. And they'll hand off to Zollinger, and he will drag a guy forward for a yard and then get pushed back to the 29. They will give him credit to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 3, second down and 7 coming up for the Tigers. 5.5 minutes left to play here in the opening quarter. Warsaw with a 7-0 lead on a 67-yard interception return by Theo Cadras.
And this is Tiger football, getting that fullback established early on. You know, usually we see a lot of fullback dives before we see them start to go wide.
Sullivan to the line. Zollinger on one knee behind him. Kind of a tight formation here on 2nd down and 7. And they'll run the option. They'll pitch it back to Rodriguez. And he'll turn the corner. 20, 15, 10, 5. Dives the goal line. And did he get in? Touchdown. However, a flag came flying in again, way behind the play. I mean, way behind the play. Personal foul. Oh, it's a personal foul against Goshen. It's going to count. Personal foul against the Redhawks. It's going to be a 28-yard touchdown run for Hayden Rodriguez, and Warsaw leads 13-0.
Yeah, and we talk about establishing that fullback drive early on, causing that defense to start to play inside a little bit more and pinch the middle. Well, that time the Tigers ran the option to the left side. They faked it to Zollinger off the left side, and then Sullivan made a beautiful pitch to Rodriguez, and he got a great block from one of his wide receivers on the left side. And Rodriguez turned on the Jets, got to the sideline, and up the sideline for 28 yards and another touchdown for the Tigers.
Smythe on for the point after. Villema to hold it. Schnackenberg to snap it back to him. Good snap. Spot is down. Kick is away, and it's right down the middle. 14-0 Warsaw. 4:59 left to play here in the opening quarter. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
For a local bank that has your best interest in mind, Crossroads is that bank, and they're happy to serve friends and neighbors. Please visit crossroadsbanking.com or stop in to visit in person in Columbia City, North Manchester, Peru, South Whitley, Syracuse, Wabash, or Warsaw. You can also find Crossroads Bank on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Crossroads Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When your bank and your life meet, Crossroads Bank.
It's that time of year again. Football is back, and soon it's time to sign up for the open enrollment of Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D drug plans, and individual health care plans through the Affordable Care Act. Contact JBC and Associates to update new plan designs and find out about increased subsidies to help reduce marketplace premiums. Call John at 574-527-1295. Call with any questions and be ready to sign up for the Medicare plans beginning October 15th and for individual health care plans on November 1st. Go Tigers!
The Cubs, the Colts, and the Warsaw Tigers are all part of the team on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
So, the personal foul at the end of the play where the touchdown was scored moves the kickoff to the Red Hawk 45. Let's see how Bart Curtis and Evan Fratz, the special teams coach at Warsaw, decide to handle this. And Smythe is going to high pooch kick it, and a diving catch is made, and a beautiful catch at that, made by Hampton Rivera, a 5'10", 210-pound junior. That's a pretty good play, backing up, knowing that there are Tigers breathing down his neck.
Yeah, that was a great play for a lineman. I mean, he kind of over-the-shoulder catch. They tried to boot it over his head into a dead zone, and he turned and he ran and he caught that thing over his shoulder just like a receiver would, and went down with it to cover it up. So a really nice play that time.
Red Hawk ball from their 25. Trailing in the game 14-0. Tigers with a defensive touchdown and an offensive touchdown the first two times they've had it. Fry, quick throw far side, got a man open. It's caught out there by Tyler Clark. Clark will get 4 yards to the 29-yard line. Stopped on the play by Leighton Isbell. Isbell is out there on the corner. We knew that at some point he would be playing some corner here this evening. He is in there for Colt Van Houten, who was dinged up this week. Second down at 6, where they put the ball at about the 29-yard line. Tigers showing blitz. Here they come. Fry, quick throw again, far side, batted down. Isbell jumped the route and knocked it down on the pass intended for Cole Hinkle. It'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up for Goshen.
And right now the Tiger defensive backs are jumping all over these receivers. Goshen, this year has thrown the ball short most of the time, and to throw the ball long right now, they'd be throwing into a strong wind. So the Tiger defensive backs are playing really tight on these wide receivers.
It hasn't really stopped them from trying, though, the first two possessions, has it?
No, it hasn't. They've thrown the ball deep a couple of times. It hasn't worked out very well, but they've taken their shots deep.
It's worked well for the Tigers. 3 wide out to the near side, which is the left side of the formation. On 3rd down and 6. Fry takes the snap, rolling left, throws it out in the flat, incomplete. Pass was a little off target, intended for Detweiler. A little low and wide to the right. It's 4th down. And let's see what Tom Woggan wants to do here. They are running guys quickly to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down and 6. The Redhawks look like they have people out there to go for it. Their punter is Noah Alford. Now Alford is going to back up. He'll take the snap and kick it down the field. Isbell's back there. Isbell will let it bounce, and it will bounce freely inside the 35, inside the 30, and down to the 27. 4:05 left to play here in the first quarter. Warsaw, Rob, has a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, they've come out and they've done exactly what they wanted to do. Defensively, they made a real statement. They got a pick 6, took it back. They've only allowed Goshen 1 first down here in their first 3 possessions, and then the offense has done it very well also. They took their first possession, marched downfield, punched it in. So a great start for the Tigers here tonight.
Warsaw ball working from north to south here at Fisher Field. Drew Sullivan at quarterback for the Tigers. Again, Zollinger in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. He'll push forward, and he won't get very far. A yard maybe to the 27. Stopped by Fry for the Goshen defense. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Tigers. Don't forget Tiger Talk tomorrow, 9 a.m. on News Now Warsaw. As of this moment, I don't remember who's coming in for Tiger Talk. I usually don't look until Saturday morning, except the one week when one of the coaches said, "Oh, Catris is coming in, so Nick's coming in, so be ready. I wish you well." It's like, what does that mean? I've talked to him 100 times. 2nd down and 9. Sullivan will bobble the snap. It's rolling around loose, and Goshen's recovered. Again, right through Drew's hands. It popped up. It hit him in the face mask. And the Redhawks have recovered with 3:19 left to play in the opening quarter. The Tigers have their first turnover, and Goshen's got the ball at the Warsaw 25.
And, you know, the way the Tigers are playing these days, that's about the only thing you can criticize is their struggle right now with that center quarterback exchange. And it has been a problem. They put the ball on the ground 6 times last week up at Wawasee. A lot of it was that center quarterback exchange. And I know they've had a couple of different centers in there. You've got a couple of different quarterbacks coming in and out, but they've really got to get this thing ironed out before they go to Northridge and then before they start sectional play.
But it hasn't mattered who the quarterback has been either, right? I mean, it's been a problem for everybody who's played quarterback. Oh, there's a fumbled snap. That ball's rolling around. It's picked up by Isaac Beam, and he's tackled at the 40-yard line. Oh, check that. It wasn't Beam. It was Johnston who picked up the loose ball. So the Tigers get it right back in the first play. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Redhawks, and Warsaw's got the ball at their 41.
Yeah, how about that? Warsaw fumbles the ball, gives it to Goshen in great field position in Tiger territory, and Goshen turns around on the first play. Snap hits the quarterback in the hands. He ends up dropping it, and the Tigers are there to pick it up. So the Tigers win that exchange. They picked up a little bit of yardage on the exchange that time.
First down, Warsaw. Let's try this again, shall we? Sullivan. Under center, ball in the left hash mark. Option play, up the middle, gives off to Zollinger. And Zollinger will get about 3 yards to the 44. Stopped on the play for Goshen by Aiden Ellison. 2nd down and call it 7. Next week, the Tigers will be at Northridge. They'll be on the air from the field turf at Intera Field at 6:15. Kickoff at 7 o'clock for the regular season finale. And I'll bet with the trees around that new field that they have, that'll be a beautiful scene next week. 2nd down and 7. Drew under center, option play. He's going to tuck it and run. Oh, he made the man miss, then got tackled as he crossed the 48-yard line. They'll give him to the 49. That's 5 yards and sets up 3rd down and 2 for the Tigers. As we pass 2:30 left to play here in the opening quarter, it's Warsaw 14 and Goshen nothing.
And we don't see that play a lot. That time, that was a designed quarterback run that time. The guy who came in motion cut up underneath in front of him. Sullivan immediately tucked it under his arm like he was going to be running, and he went off tackle to the right side.
Grady Nolan in as a wideout here on 3rd down and 2. Sullivan under center. Takes the snap. We'll hand off up the middle. Zollinger. I don't know if he got there. Got pretty close. He had to get to the Goshen 49 where the official's walking up. I think he got it. First down, Tigers. No measurement.
Man, if I was a coach, especially a defensive coach, that would drive me crazy.
I'd lose my mind.
Oh, man, as close as that was. Come on, give me a break. Measure it.
1:44 clock running, first quarter. Tigers 14, Red Hawks zip. Warsaw with the ball in enemy territory at the 49-yard line. About 2 yards inside the near hash mark. Sullivan with wideouts on either side. Sends Rodriguez in motion. Sullivan back to throw, looking, got a man wide open down the middle field. Jack Murrow at the 15, at the 10. And he's dragged down from behind. Inside the 5-yard line, they'll mark him right at the 5. What a throw by Sullivan, and the play-action fake totally worked.
Oh, it totally worked that time, and, you know, it's going to work because the Tigers run the ball almost all the time, and that time they faked it to the fullback, and then Sullivan rolled out a little bit to his left, and the receiver just ran right past all the defenders who were coming up to support the run like they do almost every play. That's why that play action works so well. The ball was right on the money, but Murrow got caught from behind at the 5-yard line.
44 yards on the completion for the Tigers. First and goal from the 5. 50 seconds left in the quarter. Warsaw looking to improve on what is a 14-0 lead. And now we have a whistle and a timeout. Timeout, Tigers. 46 seconds left to play in the period. Warsaw 14, Goshen nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
I am a Colts fan. I'm a Bears fan. And you out there are Warsaw Tiger fans.
Whoever you root for, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future. So if you're a Colts fan, a Tiger fan, a Bears fan, or a fan of any other team,
Except the Patriots. Alder Bergen can be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street in Warsaw, and online at alderbergen.com.
the Warsaw Tigers play here on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Roger Rob back with you at Intera Field. 46 and change left to play here in the first quarter. Warsaw with a 14-0 lead. And first and goal at the Red Hawk 5-yard line. Tigers have forced 3 turnovers in the first 3 possessions of the game. Goshen, by the way, through 7 games only had 12 turnovers. And they'd only fumbled 3 times. From the left hash mark at the 5. Sullivan sends a man in motion. Option play right. He's keeping it. He turns upfield. He will dive to the goal line. And did he get in? I don't think so. I think he came up just short. He did. Officially a gain of 4. Stopped by Wyman. Second down and goal from inside the 1-yard line. And the Tigers do not have to run another play if they choose not to. But I think they're going to. They're just literally a foot away from the south end line. Sullivan takes his time as he comes to the line scrimmage. 15 on the game clock. Well, Drew will take the snap. He will hand off, and it's a touchdown for Reed Zollinger. Touchdown, the Tigers. Zollinger will hand the ball to the official, and with 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter, Warsaw has a 20-0 lead.
And a nice job by the offensive line that time. There on first down, Sullivan ran off tackle to the right side. The offensive line opened up a nice hole. He got 4 yards. And there on the touchdown, fullback dive off the right side. The offensive line again cleared a nice hole. Zollinger ended up jumping over the pile and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Smythe for the point after. He's 2 for 2. Good snap, spot is down, kick is up, and you can book it. 6 seconds to go. First quarter, 21-0. Tigers over the Red Hawks. We're back in 30 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
All bad things in football. All bad things when it comes to your water.
Grab Water Systems All-Star Team can help eliminate your water penalties. Home of the non-electric Connecticut, which provides clean, clear water 24/7 without electricity. Call or visit rabwater.com to fix your water.
Give us 15 minutes. We'll give you the world. This is News Now Warsaw.
Couple of 60-yard touchdown drives. That one took 3 minutes and 8 seconds. The big play, a 44-yard pass play from Sullivan to Jack Merle. And with 6 seconds to play here in the quarter, 21-0 Tigers. Smythe now to kick off. Again, he's got the wind. At the moment, as the moon has made its first appearance of the night, it is a beautiful harvest moon over the coloring trees across the way. Smythe will kick off. It's another high spinner, returnable, taken by the up man, Hinkle, at the 2. He's to the 5, he's to the 10, and then he gets hammered. Isbell with a special teams tackle at the 11-yard line. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. Warsaw 21, Goshen nothing. We start quarter number 2 in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Folks don't respond well to high-pressure sales tactics, especially from a business that just recently popped up in our town. So if you hear, buy the furnace, get the air conditioner free, or this offer is only good today, let that be your clue to get a free second opinion from Collier's Heating and Air. No pressure, just a comparison, so you don't get taken advantage of. Get a free second opinion from Collier's. 35 years in Warsaw. Go to trustcolliers.com.
At Monty's Best One Tire and Auto Care, the best costs less. Now through October 14th, buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires, and you can get $90 back by mail on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Get up to $120 when you use your Best One credit card. Offer ends October 14th. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. Visit any Monty's Best One location or Monty'sTire.com for details. Monty's Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Tiger Talk, driven by R&B Car Company. Saturday at 9 on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM, 1480 AM. Online at NewsNowWarsaw.com and at the News Now Warsaw app.
Quarter number 2 begins with Goshen in possession, starting a brand new possession at their 11-yard line, trailing Warsaw 21-0. Fry still the quarterback. Quarterback draw right up the middle. He's out to the 15 and then the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 and a first down carry. And 100% honesty, Rob, that's been their best play so far. They haven't had a lot to hang their hat on.
No, without a doubt. You know, he had a 20-yard run earlier. He had a nice 5-yard run right there. Outside of that, they really haven't done much offensively. But, yeah, running the quarterback off tackle one way or the other appears at this point to be their best offensive option.
Second down and 5. Ball now at the north end of Fisher Field. That's the first time the ball's been that far down the field here in this football game. Fry takes the snap, going to pitch. Oh, it's a bad pitch. It's rolling around loose on the ground. Warsaw's trying to root it out of there. There's a scramble for it, and the official says the Red Hawks got on it, and they did. Detweiler had that one almost hit him in the left ear. He did good to get back on it. It's a loss back to the 12, and it's 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, you're right. That was a terrible pitch, and Detweiler kind of caught it above his helmet behind him, and it ended up hitting the ground, but somehow Goshen ended up coming up with the ball. It sure looked like the Tigers were going to come away with that one.
In my mind, I'm almost thinking that, like, the angle was bad, like that Detweiler was too far forward. It was almost a forward pitch. Quick throw near side, lofting it too high, intended for Jake Turner on the near sidelines. 4th down and 9 for the Red Hawks, and the Hawks will have to punt.
Yeah, that time Goshen ran a little down and out on the right side. It looked like somebody may have gotten a hand on that and tipped it, because the ball ended up going up in the air and well above the wide receiver's head, out of bounds.
4 men in the backfield here for Goshen. Alford is in the middle of them. He will drop back inside the 5-yard line, take a knee-high snap, and kick it down the middle of the field. Backing up is Leighton Isbell. He'll take it, a bobble it, pick it back up at the 45, to the 50, to the 45. He's to the 43 and goes down there at the Red Hawk 43-yard line. Pretty good punt by Alford, who is averaging over 40 yards a punt. That one was over 40 yards. Return by Isbell to the 43-yard line of Goshen. With 10:18 left to play in the first half, Warsaw has the ball leading 21-0.
Yeah, and when it's cold and windy, the kicking game can be a challenge at times. So generally you don't see kicks go as far. The ball's not as inflated with hot air, so to speak, and it doesn't travel as far. It's like kicking a rock sometimes when it's really cold, but that was a really nice punt that time.
Tigers with the ball, Sullivan the quarterback. And he'll hand off the middle. Zollinger goes flying through the hole to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Tigers, no flags. Reed Zollinger, 43 yards in the first play, and it's 27-0 Warsaw.
Boy, did Warsaw make that look easy. Fullback dive off the left side. Again, the Tigers were going to run an option to the left and just gave it to Zollinger off the left side. And that offensive line once again opened up a beautiful hole. It wasn't huge, but it was clean, and Zollinger went through it untouched. And before those defensive backs could get over and lay a hand on him, he was through the hole and into the end zone for a 43-yard touchdown.
Smythe now to tack on the extra point. Low snap, bobbled. Smythe's going to pick it up. He's going to take off and run. It's a race to the goal line, and he got in there. Hello, Mason Smythe. He scores a 2-point conversion with 10:11 left to play here in the first half. Warsaw 29, Goshen nothing. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Time for just automatic, like State Farm agent Ott Schroeder, offering great neighbor service plus surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. Actually, if you were to contact Ott right now, you'd find you could have some of those surprisingly great rates and good neighbor service, well, right away, as in automatically. Give Ott Schroeder here in Warsaw a call today. He thinks you'll be automatically happy you did. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
When it's time to select new furniture for your home, delivery is an important part of the process. Hi, this is Steven. The delivery team at Reinhold's Town Square Furniture in Warsaw are top-notch professionals. They carefully carry your new furniture into the designated area in your home and haul away your old furniture. Steph and Garrett are always courteous and helpful, and we receive numerous compliment calls on the excellent work they do. See the difference that a top-quality delivery team can make. Stop into Reinhold's Town Square Furniture today.
Now back to the Warsaw Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Here's a kickoff from Smythe. It's a little line drive kick taken by the up man, Hinkle at the 5 to the 10 to the 15, and then tackled at the 18-yard line. All Tigers really from the opening kickoff. 29-0 Warsaw at 10:06 left to play first half.
And this kick coverage team has done a fantastic job tonight for the Tigers, as they did right there, holding Goshen inside their 20-yard line. And we were kicking into the wind that time. It was a low line drive kick, but the coverage was really good that time from the Tigers.
It's been really good all year.
It has.
I mean, we can really only think of about one time, right, where the other team got a good return, and that was well covered. They just did not tackle. From the Red Hawks, 19, first down and 10 for Goshen, trailing 29-0. They'll run right, quarterback keeper, no room for the quarterback for the Red Hawks. Elliott Fry, I don't think got back to the line of scrimmage. They're still trying to sort it out. It is a loss back to the 18. Second down and 11. The Lakeside Chevrolet halftime show is coming up at halftime. We'll have first half scoring, a couple minutes of news. Rob will give you the first half stats. And Steve is back there keeping an eye on those conference games for you. Second down and 11. And Fry this time will hand off, but there's just not a lot of room there. I believe that was Drew Elliott that got the carry. And it is. And he got back to the original line scrimmage. So he got the yard back. It's third down and 10. This is where Goshen doesn't want to be. No team wants to be third and 10, but these guys really don't want to be third and 10.
No, that's very true. You know, they want to run the ball effectively, and when they throw it short with the hopes that somebody will break it. So they might take a shot here. They got the wind at their back.
Fry with one man to his right. Quick throw, far side. It's a bubble screen, 15, 20, 25, and he'll go out of bounds short of the first down. Catch made by Alford on the play, Theocatris on the stop. He got to the 26, and that sets up 4th down and 3. And let's see what the Red Hawks are going to do here. They've got their punt formation in there. Red Hawks are looking around to see what the coaching staff wants to do. Alford will back up into punting formation. Oh, he snapped it up, man, but he bobbled it. It's rolling around loose. He'll bobble it back to Alford, who falls on it at the 15-yard line. They were going to fake it, and it didn't work out. The Tigers take over at the 15 with 8:40 to go, already up 29-0.
Yeah, and the way Goshen lines up for their punts is they have 4 guys lined up across about 4 or 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, kind of where you would put a blocking back, and then their punter, Alford, drops back into punt formation and leaves those 3 blockers up there. Well, this time they snapped it to one of those 3 short men, and he was going to try to run for the first down, but he ended up fumbling the ball. It hit the ground. They ended up losing about 7 yards on the play, and the Tigers get the ball back.
So Warsaw on down starts from the Goshen 15-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field at the north end of Fisher Field. They're going to pitch it back. This is Florence Ortega who's in the game. He's trying to get to the corner. He's to the 10 and pushed out of bounds. Did he get to the pylon? He did not, but he got first and goal down to the 2-yard line. A 13-yard run for Herman, who continues to get reps at that halfback position.
Yeah, how about that? You got your guy who doesn't start at fullback, but you bring him in at a halfback, and that time they got him the ball going to the left on the option play, and he picks up 13 yards and a first down.
Well, we were told that Herman was only going to play in an emergency. I have a feeling on senior night was enough of an emergency. Zollinger in the backfield, Herman on the right, Brown on the left. From the 2, Sullivan on the left hash mark. Since Brown in motion, they're going to pitch it to him. He's going to turn upfield. He get hit at the 3. He fumbled the ball, picked it back up at the 5. Let's see where they're going to mark this. They're going to mark it back at the 6. So that's a loss of 4 on the play. Tigers fortunate to get the ball back, and it will be 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, that time they ran the option to the right, pitched it back to Brown, and he had Flores Ortega out there kicking out on the block, and he ended up cutting it upfield, and he got popped around the 2 or 3 yard line. The ball came loose. He was able to pick it back up, but he got dumped at the 6 yard line for a loss.
I said 3rd down. It's 2nd. 2nd down and goal from the 6. Gonzalinger in the backfield behind Sullivan. Flores Ortega on the right, Brown on the left. Option play, Sullivan keeps it, drives right into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Drew Sullivan scores his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, and Warsaw now has a 35-0 lead.
And Drew Sullivan runs the ball really well. That time they ran the option to the left, and Sullivan cut it up into that off-tackle hole after faking it to the fullback. And Sullivan does a really nice job of lifting his knees and getting through that hole in a hurry. He runs with enough power to break those arm tackles, and Sullivan goes in from 6 yards out for a touchdown for the Tigers.
Smythe now for the point after. Low snap. Spot is down, though. Villama got it down for Smythe, who got it inside the right upright. 7:44 left to play, first half. Warsaw 36, Goshen nothing. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. At Rocky Opinick, we celebrated our 100th anniversary right in the middle of the pandemic. As you know, that was a tough time for a lot of us. But at Rocky Opinick, we remain committed to a bright future for all of us in Kosciuszko County. Whether you need someone in court to represent you, in an office to prepare the best possible estate plan, or just some common sense legal advice, at Rocky Opinick, we will be here for you today and tomorrow. Call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rocky Opinick, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, cause the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, cause the boys in blue, wrecking in these states and need the best rates, take the next step, call Records and Net, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call Records and Net, to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call Records and Net.
This is Warsaw's news and information station. News Now Warsaw.
Smythe kicked it a little to the left, And Hinkle had no chance to get to it before it bounced at the 3 and went into the end zone for a touchback. 7:44 left to play, first half. Warsaw with a 36-0 lead over Goshen.
Yeah, Warsaw's been clicking on all cylinders tonight. Tell it like it is. The offense has been playing very well. The defense has been playing exceptional. And Goshen has really struggled. Goshen with several turnovers on the night. The Tigers have taken advantage, and thus they have the big lead here in the first half.
Started with an interception return by Theo Catras, 67 yards for a score. It's been all Warsaw ever since. Fry and the Red Hawk offense. Quick throw near side, caught out here on the near side. Good catch made. On a windy night, Jake Turner makes the catch. He'll get out to the 26-yard line before he's pushed into the Warsaw bench. Isbell on the tackle for the Tigers. Second down and 4 coming up for Goshen, who has, one first down? They got that one first down on the first drive. That's it, right?
Correct.
And that was a conversion on third down and 12. They got 20 yards on it. Nothing since. Fry alone in the backfield. 4 wide out to the pattern. Oh, movement, no flag. But the right side of the Goshen line moved very quickly. Now the officials from each side of the line of scrimmage are going to come together and chat to see if they saw the same thing. Dead ball foul. Oh, offside against the Tigers.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the Tigers jumping, and I think somebody encroached to that time.
First down by penalty for Goshen, their second first down of the game. And that'll move the ball to the 31-yard line and be a first down for the Redhawks with 6:50 left to play here in the first half. And Warsaw leading Goshen 36-0. Great to have you with us on this chilly night. By the way, the food in the press box, just so you know, is chili. And it smells delicious. Q sauce. Fry will hand off to Detweiler, and he'll get across the 35-yard line to the 30 with 10 carries for 21 yards and 2 touchdowns. They like to use him a lot down by the goal line, but given all the injuries they have, they'll use him pretty much anytime they can now.
Yeah, Goshen's got a lot of guys going both ways, and some of those offensive linemen are starting to get beat up right now. They've had a couple of guys get up really slowly last days.
Well, they're human beings.
No doubt.
It's 36-0. You're 2-5. It's cold. And you still have two hand off to Detweiler. He'll get hit at the line of scrimmage and drag 3 Tiger tacklers out to the 38-yard line. Petty, Gabrich, Beam on the stop for Warsaw. Third down and 3 coming up for Goshen as we pass 5:30 left to play here in the first half. Warsaw with a 36-0 lead over Goshen. On their way to their 6th win of the season and a trip to Northridge next week to see if they can get win number 7. 2 wide outs on each side, ball in the near hash mark. Third down and 3. Fry's going to take it. He's going to run right. Gets around 1 man. Gets around 2 up the near sideline 45. He's to the 50 in a massive collision as Isbell runs him out of bounds at the Tiger 49-yard line. It'll be a first down for Goshen, their second first down of this drive with 5:01 left to play here in the first half, and Warsaw leading by 36.
And that was a huge collision there along the sidelines. Fry ended up going off tackle to the right side, which has been their best play tonight as the quarterback off tackle. Picked up 13 yards and a first down on the play.
Isbell's a tall guy, but not a big guy. He held his own on that collision. I was pretty impressed. From the Tiger 49. Fry, quick throw far side, throws it, and it's complete at the Tiger 44. Caught by Hinkle. Gain of 5. Goshen with their best sustained drive here of the football game there. This is Yabi Kurtz, who we got to know from basketball season. He was the one with, I don't know, was it 2 or 3 plays ago when Rob was talking about the Goshen linemen starting to show some wear and tear? That was while Yabi was limping off the field. He apparently came back on the field, and now he's down in a heap. And the training staff from Goshen is tending to him, and the Warsaw trainers are standing by to see if there's anything that they can do. Yabi seems to be in a lot of pain. Working on the left leg, but I can't tell where.
Yeah, and went off a couple of plays ago. He was limping, so they sent him back on. Apparently he felt like he could go, gave it a valiant effort, but he is down now, and you hate to see this.
Yep. Well, playing is, I'm sure, for him to play basketball, so that's not good news. Coach Mike up at Goshen not real thrilled about seeing what he's seeing right now. Yabi is up and walking off. By the way, I didn't notice this before. His left calf is wrapped, and I'm wondering if that's part of what is happening here. 4:20 left to play here in the first half. 36-0 Tigers. As Kurtz is helped off the field, both teams regroup. And the Warsaw defensive line and linebackers are having a chat with the referee and the umpire. I don't know who's coming into bar, but I hope it's one of those guys because I want to find out what that's about. 2nd down and 5 from the Tiger 44. Fry takes a snap, runs forward, and he gets a yard to the 43. Stopped in the play by Woodward, 3rd down and 4 coming up for Goshen as we pass 4 minutes left to play in the first half. 4 minutes until the Lakeside Chevrolet halftime show. First half scoring here. A couple minutes of local news from Jim Miller. Rob's first half stats. And then Steve Scott back in the station is amassing scores. 3rd down and 4 for the Redhawks. Tigers showing blitz. Here they come. Quick throw out to the near side, wide of Alford, and incomplete. Pass was intended for Alford at the 44. I'm not sure he would have got very far because Hetty was on his way out here to meet him. 4th down and 4 now for Goshen, and I'm sure that they will go for it.
Yeah, and that time Goshen tried to run that bubble screen to the right side. They do that a lot, and the ball was thrown just a little bit too far out in front of the receiver as he was heading towards the sideline.
Fourth down and 4 from the 43. Ball on the left hash mark. Fry back to throw. Pump fakes, fires it over the middle quickly, and Alford makes the catch at the 36-yard line. A laser beam, and Alford went up and picked it out of midair for another Goshen first down. And the clock continues to move with 3:30 left to play here in the first half. Warsaw with a 36-0 lead, but the Redhawks put together a pretty good drive that started back on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that time Alford just ran it down and in, kind of slanted into the middle of the field. The ball was put right on the money. He went up, brought it down, went straight down to the ground for an 8-yard pickup and a first down.
You can see the kinds of weapons they would have if they were healthy. Fry alone in the backfield, hands off to Detweiler, who came in for the left wing, and he'll push the pile forward down to the 31-yard line for a gain of 5. Clock running, 2:50 left to play here in the first half. The Redhawks have all 3 of their timeouts. Actually, Rob, they move the ball back to the 32, so it's a gain of 4 officially. Goshen did not score until the final 1:22 of their game last week against Plymouth. Touchdown, and then the extra point to win the game, 7-6 over the Rockies. Fry back to throw, looking left, throws it left, got his man, and it is caught by Tyler Clark. Clark is ruled to be inbounds at the 29-yard line. So that's a gain of about 4 yards. It sets up 3rd down and 2 with 2:10 left to play here in the first half.
And this is what Goshen does. They just run like 4- and 5-yard curl patterns or down and outs, and they just dump the ball off quickly, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands, and that's what they're doing here on this drive.
3rd down and 2.5, almost 3. Fry with Detweiler to his left and a step behind him. Takes a snap, looking to throw, pump fake, throws a wobbler that's incomplete. That just came out of his hands crooked. Pass intended for Turner in the middle of the field. 4th down and 2 with 1:40 left in the half. And the Redhawks, of course, will go for it again. They've already converted 1 4th down here in this possession.
Yeah, last time they had a 4th down play, they ran a little slant in from the right side to Alford. They like going to Alford in situations like those.
Well, you could see why the way he caught that ball. He's a good receiver. 4th down and 2.5. Fry takes a snap, dropping, blitz is on. He'll dump it out in the flat, and it's going to be tipped away. Incomplete. Dimitri Chandler out there close enough to Alford that he could get to it and bat it into the Tiger bench. And with 1:37 left to play in the half, Warsaw, with a 36-0 lead, takes over on downs at their 29-yard line.
At that time, Goshen ran it down and out to the right side, about 6 or 7 yards downfield. The Tigers were coming with the blitz. So Fry was throwing the ball while he was on the run. And Dimitri Chandler was there defensively. He might have been able to pick that off, but he knew all he had to do was swat it down, so he did so. And the result is the Tigers send the offense out onto the field.
So now Warsaw with the ball, leading by 36, heading into halftime. Drew Sullivan is the quarterback. He'll hand off up the middle and a leap over the middle as Brown got good yardage across the 30 to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. Tigers going to hurry to the line of scrimmage. They have 2 timeouts left, leading 36-0. Check that. That is Grady Nolan in the game. He'll fake the pitch, and he'll turn upfield, and he'll get a yard. And the ball came out, although Nolan is ruled to have been down. So no fumble there. 3rd down coming up with a minute to play in the half. Grady Nolan in at quarterback. He started the year as the backup quarterback to Tucker Curtis, and then when Tucker got hurt in quarter number 2 of game number 1, he became the man. He started games 2 through 6, and then Sullivan started last week and again here tonight. 40 seconds left, 3rd down and 3.5. Nolan pitches back, wide pitch, and Egoff will go back and fall on it back at the 25-yard line. Egoff has really long reach, but he couldn't reach that one, and it goes all the way back to the 26-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and the Tigers do not have to run a play if they don't want to.
Yeah, that time they were running the sweep to the left. They brought the man in motion from right to left, and Nolan turned to pitch the ball to Egoff, but the pitch was way out in front of him, so the Tigers end up losing 10 yards on the play.
And they will let the clock run out. A very impressive first half from the Warsaw Tigers. They scored every time they had it. One time they didn't. 36-0. Warsaw with a lead over Goshen here at halftime. The Lakeside Chevrolet halftime show is coming up after these messages on News Now Warsaw.
Hey, it's Andrew Bobcat. Once again, football games under the lights on Friday night. It's also time to think about taking care of your Bobcat equipment and Cub Cadet or X-Mark mower you've been working hard all summer long. You should give it a pat on the back by bringing it to us for that fall service so it can relax all winter long and be ready for spring. We would like to pass on a huge thank you to this amazing community that we live in. We are very proud to have you as neighbors and friends. This proud sponsor of Warsaw Tiger football just wants to say thanks.
Booyah! Ah, autumn. You never know what's going to fall in. Kids in the leaves? Maybe even your dog jumping into the leaves. You don't fall. You know what that is. Okay, let's talk about something else. Get $2,500 minimum for your trade-in, or get your down payment matched up to $2,500. We're R&B Car Company. We are where you ought to be. And with rates as low as 2.79% with approved credit, you can save money, big money. And no better time to trade than now with our huge selection, and we pay more than fair market share. Shop now at rbcarcompany.com.
Car Tech on Buffalo Street are your paintless dent repair specialists. Do you have a ding or a dent in your vehicle? If the paint isn't cracked, then Car Tech can fix it. And nobody will ever know.
They'll never know.
What about hail damage? Hail? Yes, they can fix that. Car Tech are your hail damage specialists. Parking lot door dings? They fix those too. Restore your vehicles to dent-free with Car Tech, your last stop before the body shop. That's C-A-R-R, CarTechDents.com.
Travis is the first guy that helped me get my license back after 8 years of not driving.
Travis was the first person to fight for me and to show me how to fight for myself and how to have hope for the future.
I'm that guy. I'm Travis McConnell. Those were real clients with real results. criminal case can mean sitting in jail, but it doesn't have to. I'm the lawyer that will listen and take time to understand the issue, then stand up and fight for you in court. Call me today, Travis McConnell, your criminal defense lawyer. Just say, hey Google, look up the law office of Travis McConnell. Office Warsaw.
Each case is unique and may not yield the same results.
News Now Warsaw, WRSW 1480 AM and W259 BJ 99.7 FM, Warsaw, Indiana.
Halftime here at Fisher Field as the Warsaw Band gets ready to perform here for the Chile patrons here at Fisher Field. Warsaw leading at halftime over Goshen 36-0. It's time for the halftime show. It's brought to you by Lakeside Chevrolet, Kosciuszko County's hometown dealer. Lakeside's the only new or used dealer in Warsaw to offer warranty forever, so find your new ride at Lakeside. First half scoring, the Tigers scored on defense. Goshen in the opening possession tried a long pass, and Theo Catras was back there waiting for it, picked it off at his 33, and weaved his way through the Goshen Redhawks all the way to the south end zone for a touchdown of 67 yards. 9:48 left to play in the first quarter. Mason Smythe added the extra point. Tigers 7, Redhawks nothing. Then the Tigers would get the ball back on another interception, this time by Lucas Ransbottom. They started at the 40, and with 4:59 left to play in the first quarter, Hayden Rodriguez took a pitch around the left side. Up the sidelines he went, and I don't know how he stayed in bounds, but he did. And he got to the end zone and scored as he dove the last 3 yards, and the touchdown made it 13-0. Smythe's extra point made it 14. The Tigers then would score one more time after another Goshen turnover, this time in a 1-yard run by Reed Zollinger. And with 6 seconds left to play in the quarter, the Tigers had a 21-0 lead. Then in the second quarter, Warsaw would score again. A 43-yard run by Zollinger up the middle, playing fullback tonight for Herman Flores Ortega. With 10-12 left to play in the half, Zollinger scores, and then the snap was low. The kicker picked it up, and Smythe ran it all the way to the right corner of the end zone for the two-point conversion. That made it 29-0 Warsaw, and then the Tigers would score again with 7:44 left to play in the half on a 6-yard run by Drew Sullivan. The extra point by Smythe made it 36-0, and that's where we stand. When we come back, 2 minutes of local news. Rob will have the first half stats, and we'll have scores from other games. That's all ahead here on the Halftime Show, brought to you by Lakeside Chevrolet on News Now Warsaw.
This fall to the widest variety of custom trailers and golf carts in northern Indiana. Elliott's Trailers and Carts are the northern Indiana authorized dealer for E-Z-Go personal golf carts, the #1 golf cart in the world. The brand new E-Z-Go Elite and Valora carts are in stock. Plus, you can get financing on any E-Z-Go golf cart through Sheffield Financial LLC. Hurry in for the best season Indy prices at your only authorized E-Z-Go dealer. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, US 30 East Warsaw, where you are always a winner.
Find your new ride at Lakeside. Lakeside Chevrolet is the only dealer in Warsaw to offer warranty forever on every new and used vehicle under 100,000 miles. Lakeside needs to fill the lot, and that means paying above market prices for your used vehicle. Stop in and get a cash offer for your vehicle in 5 minutes or less. Don't compromise while shopping for a new Chevrolet. Let Lakeside help you custom order your new ride with all the options you want. Lakeside Chevrolet, home of the warranty forever.
Hello, service department. Our pool filter stopped working.
Okay, we'll send a replacement.
Nope, just dig a new pool.
Sometimes it's obvious when you should replace just a part. Like if your windows have condensation between the panes, you may not need to replace the whole window. The specialists at Glass Doctor can install new insulated glass in your existing frames for less than you might think. Save money and restore your window's appearance. Visit glassdoctor.com.
Call the Glass Doctor, will fix your paint. Oh, yeah!
Enjoy the next level of fun on the water with help from Splendor Boats. Place your order now on Quest Pontoons or a Splendor custom-built power catamaran deck boat. Ask about their indoor, safe, and clean off-season boat storage, winterization, shrink wrapping, and pontoon redecking. Or have Splendor's custom upholstery and canvas refit or repair individual cushions, covers, or tops. Plus, schedule your spring boat arrival so you don't have to wait next year. Visit them in Warsaw or Silver Lake or online at SplendorBoatsWarsaw.com. Splendor Boats, a small family business for big family fun.
From the News Now Warsaw News Desk, I'm Joe Miller.
officials in Warsaw working to address a growing number of drivers illegally passing school buses. In Kosciuszko County, there have been 73 stop arm violations in less than 2 months since school has been back in session. There's been over 40 vehicles that have gone through the stop in front of the Papa John's on Center Street in Warsaw. City officials are considering adding a camera near the bus stop to help them catch violators, as well as additional signage for the stop. Warsaw Community Schools already have 7 to 8 cameras and a stop arm camera on each bus. We'll talk about empowering parents and community with strategies to tackle issues of bullying, cyberbullying, and teen depression coming to Elkhart High School. Schools inviting all parents, guardians, and community members to the Ryan's Story presentation October 13th, 7 o'clock at Elkhart High School. The program aims to educate parents on the dangers of bullying, help them recognize signs of bullying and depression, and empower them with tools families can use. Ryan's Story, created by John Halligan. John lost his son Ryan to suicide. 3 people were arrested in a huge drug bust worth over $2 million. Parker Carlson reports.
Almost 350 pounds of marijuana and THC wax were found in the home, with 14,000 THC vape cartridges and a multitude of edibles and marijuana cigars. Wholesale, that totals to over $2 million. Indiana State Police also confiscated $100,000 in drug money alongside numerous assault rifles and pistols with a couple suppressors thrown in. Police say that they've arrested 3 people during the drug bust and also had to call child services to assist with a toddler that was found inside the home. Parker Carlson, Network Indiana.
For News Now Warsaw, I'm Jim Miller. For more, head to newsnowwarsaw.com.
Community involvement has always been important to Crossroads Bank, and one way they show that is by supporting the local schools. Whether it's cheering them on in the stands or taking part in community programs, you'll find Crossroads Bank rooting for the home team. Crossroads Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When your bank and your life meet, Crossroads Bank.
It's that time of year again. Football is back, and soon it's time to sign up for the open enrollment of Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D drug plans, and individual health care plans through the Affordable Care Act. Contact JBC and Associates to update new plan designs and find out about increased subsidies to help reduce marketplace premiums. Call John at 574-527-1295. Call with any questions and be ready to sign up for the Medicare plans beginning October 15th and for individual health care plans on November 1st. Go Tigers!
I am a Colts fan. I'm a Bears fan. And you out there are Warsaw Tiger fans.
Whoever you root for, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future. So if you're a Colts fan, a Tiger fan, a Bears fan, or a fan of any other team, except the Patriots, Alder Bergen can be the head coach of your financial planning team.
Alder Bergen and Company, 122 West Market Street in Warsaw, and online at alderbergen.com.
All bad things in football.
All bad things when it comes to your water. Grab Water Systems All-Star Team can help eliminate your water penalties. Home of the non-electric Connecticut, which provides clean, clear water 24/7 without electricity. Call or visit rabwater.com to fix your water.
Dave Ramsey, weeknights at 6 on News Now Warsaw, 99.7.
Halftime here at Fisher Field, Warsaw 36, Goshen nothing. It's time for the halftime stats. They're brought to you by Alder Bergen & Company. Let them be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at alderbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, here we go. Tonight in this first half, Goshen ended up with 4 first downs. They had 15 rushing attempts for just 34 yards. Their quarterback, Elliott Fry, was 6 of 16 for 34 yards, and he did throw 2 interceptions in the first half. So in that first half, Goshen ran 31 plays for a total of 68 yards. They fumbled 4 times and lost 1, so they ended up with 3 turnovers in that first half. They also had 2 penalties for 30 yards. The Warsaw Tigers in the first half had 4 first downs. They had 19 rushing attempts for 131 yards. That's almost 7 yards a carry. Reed Zollinger, their fullback, was our leading ball carrier. He had 8 carries for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Warsaw's quarterback, Drew Sullivan, was 1 for 1 in the first half for 44 yards. So in that first half, the Tigers ran 20 plays for a total of 175 yards. They fumbled 3 times and lost 1, so they had 1 turnover in the first half. They had just 1 penalty for 5 yards.
The fumbled snap things become a thing, right? And at this point, as hard as they work on it all year long, right? I mean, that's the simplest of things in every offense. That's where every football play begins, is with the snap. You're 8 weeks into the football season now. That's just, they're going to have to just work around it and work in the off season and figure out a way to get better at it.
Yeah, and it is a concern, because that is, that's the one thing you have to get ironed out early in the season, because it happens every play. And when that quarterback center exchange is not good, it throws off the rhythm of the play, and it ends up in turnovers. And that's what we're seeing with this Tiger team. And so, it's something they got to continue to work on. They got to figure it out. And you're right, over the off season, they need to make sure they work on it as well.
Great job by the band here at halftime. Warsaw 36, Goshen nothing. The halftime stats have been brought to you by Alda for Bergen, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at aldaforbergen.com. We'll get you some scores next on News Now Warsaw.
Oh, it sounds too good to be true, and usually it is. Buy this, get that, free. Buy the air conditioner, get the furnace free. That is a sales tactic that you won't hear from Collier's Heating and Air. You will get fair pricing and quality service, just as you have been for 35 years. That's what you want. At the end of the day, you'll choose tried, true, and trusted Colliers every time. TrustColliers.com.
At Monty's Best One Tire and Auto Care, the best costs less. Now through October 14th, buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires, and you can get $90 back by mail on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Get up to $120 when you use your Best One credit card. Offer ends October 14th. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. Visit any Monty's Best One location or MontyTire.com for details. Monty's Best One. Selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
You already know that State Farm agent Ott Schroeder offers great service. But what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, new customers call them jaw-dropping, and the surprise isn't reserved just for some. State Farm agent Ott Schroeder has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Kosciuszko County. Give Ott a call at 574-269-2020 for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
When it's time to select new furniture for your home, delivery is an important part of the process. Hi, this is Steven. The delivery team at Reinhold's Town Square Furniture in Warsaw are top-notch professionals. They carefully carry your new furniture into the designated area in your home and haul away your old furniture. Beth and Garrett are always courteous and helpful, and we receive numerous compliment calls on the excellent work they do. See the difference that a top-quality delivery team can make. Stop into Reinhold's Town Square Furniture today.
The Cubs, the Colts, and the Warsaw Tigers are all part of the team on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Warsaw 36, Goshen nothing. Both teams starting to meander out from their locker rooms here at the half. Would you like some scores, sir?
I would love some scores.
Steve has given us some scores. I think you're going to be very interested in that. We thought that Concord could give Mishawaka a pretty good game because their defense is really good.
Yeah.
Mishawaka 8, Concord nothing.
That's kind of what we expected.
And that game's at halftime. Northridge leads Plymouth 49-0. That's in quarter 2. No surprise there. Northwood's up 29-0 on Wawasee. Still playing in the second quarter there. Elkhart 14, Mishawaka Marion nothing. That is featuring a matchup in which Elkhart could be a potential sectional opponent. So Elkhart with a 14-0 lead on Marion. I thought they might be a little farther ahead, but I guess not. Carroll leads Concordia 14-0 in the first. Penn 7, New Prairie nothing. That's in the second. Valley leads Wabash 23-13 in the second, and Knox leads Triton 16-6 in the second. I don't know how the draw is going to go on Sunday. We're hearing it live on News Now Warsaw from 5 to 7. If we're going to go on the road for the first round, I have a wish.
Okay.
I would like to go to Rice Field to play Elkhart.
That'd be fun.
You and I have not done a game from there.
That is correct.
All the games we've done from all the different places, we've never done one from Rice Field.
Yeah, famous Rice Field.
I was there I went to watch Valley scrimmage because I just wanted to keep Abra company. So I went up there and have watched football there before. I would love for you and I, if we have to go on the road, we can't play here, I would love to do a game at Rice Field.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. That'd be a special evening.
It would be. So we'll see how that goes. Sunday, the draw is from 5 to 7, and you can hear it on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM, and also 107.3 WRSW.com. You've been listening to the Lakeside Chevrolet Halftime Show, brought to you by Lakeside Chevrolet, Kosciuszko County's hometown dealer. Lakeside's the only new or used dealer in Warsaw to offer warranty forever, so find your new ride at Lakeside. We start the third in a couple of minutes. Warsaw 36, Goshen nothing. Back in 2 minutes on News Now Warsaw.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. At Rocky Pinnock, we work hard to earn your business. Our clients entrust us with their families, their businesses, and their futures. That's why we make sure we use the latest technology to stay current on the law. It's why we pool our combined experience, over 200 years of it, to give our clients the best possible solutions for their legal problems. If you want us on your side, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rocky Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, wrecking in these states and need the best rates, take the next step, call Records Jeanette, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come and get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call Records Jeanette to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call Records Jeanette.
Hey, it's Andrew from Bobcat of Warsaw. And once again, it's time for football games under the lights on Friday night. It's also time to think about taking care of your Bobcat equipment and Cub Cadet or X-Mark mower you've been working hard all summer long. You should give it a pat on the back by bringing it to us for that fall service so it can relax all winter long and be ready for spring. We would like to pass on a huge thank you to this amazing community that we live in. We are very proud to have you as neighbors and friends. This proud sponsor of Warsaw Tiger Football just wants to say thanks. Booyah!
Autumn. You never know what's going to fall in. Kids in the leaves? Maybe even your dog jumping into the leaves. You don't fall. You know what that is. Okay, let's talk about something else. Get $2,500 minimum for your trade-in, or get your down payment matched up to $2,500. We're R&B Car Company. We are where you ought to be. And with rates as low as 2.79% with approved credit, you can save money, big money. And no better time to trade than now with our huge selection, and we pay more than fair market share. Shop now at rbcarcompany.com.
The Warsaw Tigers play here on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
I want to say this before we start the third quarter, because we're going to have a running clock, and this third quarter and fourth quarter are going to go pretty quickly. We know that we have people listening in Florida. We hear from them all the time. We hear from our good friend John down in South Carolina, who's listening frequently. We got a group of people in Kentucky that are listening to us. So hi to Brian and Mark and Rod and Dennis. This is a golf outing these guys go on to the Louisville area every year, and they are listening and watching. So, hey fellas, hit them straight, and it's a little warmer down there than it is here.
Yeah, it probably is, and good for them, man. It's good to have you guys on board. We're glad you're listening.
And one of our listeners from Florida is actually here tonight. So he came to practice yesterday.
Nice.
Flew in for the game. So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
So he came over and identified himself to us before or after practice yesterday. Third quarter about to begin. Gabe Janice has the ball teed up at the 40. Warsaw with Ben back near the goal line, and this is a bouncing kick. Oh, it's like an onside kick. It wasn't your traditional onside kick, but it's recovered by the Tigers. And the guy at the bottom of the heap was Petty for Warsaw. So good job there by Cohen Heading, the sophomore, to get on. That's a guy we're going to be talking a lot about, number 11 for Warsaw, Cohen Heading, next season.
Yeah, I like that. It's good to get these young guys in the game, get them some experience, and I'll tell you, we got some talented young guys out there.
Third quarter begins with Warsaw in possession, leading 36-0. Grady Nolan is the quarterback for the Tigers. On en route of Drew Sullivan, who led the Tigers very successfully down the field. Option play up the middle, and good yardage there for the Tiger running back. That is Robinson Hoffert on the carry for Warsaw. He gets 5 yards to the 45. And there's another guy who's going to be in the mix. I think, and the coaches have not said this, so this is me speculating. I think they thought that Robinson Hoffert was going to be the fullback for next season, start the year. He's done a great job in the JV. But now with Reed Zollinger doing what he's doing, I think they might be rethinking that just a little bit. Nolan. Hands off up the middle. The pile moves forward all the way to the 49-yard line. Hoffert again on the carry. Third down, and we have an injured Red Hawk. That is Gustavo Gonzalez. He is trying to get up, having a little trouble. So the clock stops because there's an injury. Timeouts, injuries, and change of possession are things that stop the clock when we're in running clock mode, which we will be here for the remainder of this evening. Gustavo trying to get up, and he just can't. So he is on hands and knees now at the 43-yard line, and now trying to get himself uprighted, and he is, and limping off on his own. So that's good. It's been a long year for Goshen. They really got off to a good start. They really thought, even though it wasn't the way they wanted wins and losses, there was some hope there. There was some bright moments for the Red Hawks. And then the injury to Bechtel really turned their season around.
Yeah, you're right. And, it's a shame because this group was improving, each week. And there really was some hope there early on. And you thought that, this could be a middle-of-the-pack kind of team. But then injuries have really decimated this group.
3rd and 1 as the clock rolls again. 9:40 left to play third quarter. Warsaw leads 36-0. Nolan hands off Hoffert. He's got the first out into Goshen territory at the 48. Hoffert, not the tallest of guys, but what they like about him, Rob, is his quickness off the snap.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not very tall, and he's got big, strong legs, got a good lower body strength, and he hits that hole in a hurry, and he can really drive with those big legs.
This is the opening drive of this third quarter. Warsaw at the Goshen 48. 9 minutes left to play in the third. Warsaw with a 36-0 lead. Tight formation here for the Tigers. Nolan under center sends Egoff in motion. They'll give it up the middle to Hoffert. And Hoffert still going. Oh, no, check that. Not Hoffert. Not Hoffert on the carry. That is Wyatt Dawson that ended up with the ball. 2nd down and 9.
Wyatt Dawson.
2nd down and 9. And the clock continues to move, and it will pretty much go on unabated. And this game's going to get done way before 9 o'clock, unless something really weird happens. Nolan on 2nd and 9 from the Red Hawk 47. Option play left this time. He will keep it. Turn upfield. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. He lost the football. It's still rolling around loose. And did Detweiler get on it? He did. The Tigers turn it over again, and the Red Hawks have it with 8 minutes left to play in the third quarter, trailing 36-0.
Yeah, and that time they ran the option to the left, and Nolan ended up turning the ball upfield in the off-tackle hole, and he picked up 8 or 9 yards before he got popped hard, and the ball came loose, and there was a big scramble for it. Finally, Goshen was able to get on it, and Goshen gets the turnover and the ball back. They're sending their offense out onto the field.
Turnovers. I don't. This is our 20th season. We talked about that at the beginning of the broadcast. Have we had a year where we had this many turnovers and near turnovers? I don't think we have. Elliott Fry's the quarterback. He'll take the snap and run right. He's the 45. He's to the 50, up the sideline 45. Puts his head down and gets thrown down at the Tiger 38-yard line. Again, that's a great play for Goshen. They can't run it every play, but they run it a lot. When they have success running the ball, that's when they have it.
Yeah, that was a big play that time. And again, they just have the quarterback take the snap. He runs off tackle to the right side or left side, and that time he bounced it to the outside, had a big hole, picked up about 16 yards on the play.
6:40 left to play, third quarter. Tigers 36, Redhawks nothing. From the Tiger 38, Fry hands off to Detweiler. He'll plunge through the hole, and he's got good yardage inside the 35. He's down to about the 32-yard line, a gain of 6 yards for the fullback from Goshen. Tigers will be at Northridge next week to wrap up the regular season after they find out who they're going to play in the sectional. And that will be Sunday from 5 to 7 here on News Now Warsaw and also 107.3 WRSW. Second down and 4. Ball inside the near hash mark now as Goshen heads toward the scoreboard at the south end of Fisher Field. Fry, long count, will hand off to Detweiler again. He's got a huge hole. He's the 25 to the 20 and down to the Tiger 15-yard line. That's a 13-yard gain for Detweiler, and all of a sudden the Redhawks have found something here, Rob. And with 5:40 left, they are in the red zone.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job of opening some holes right now. They've sent Detweiler up the middle on the last 2 plays, and there have been some big holes there. And so finally that offensive line is starting to open up some holes for Goshen.
5:20 left to play, third quarter. Tigers 36, Goshen nothing, but the Redhawks are threatening. Fry standing at the 20, takes a snap, runs straight forward. Got to the 15, got to the 13, got to the 12, backs his way down to the 11. Gain of 4, almost 5 on the play. Give him 5, Rob, down to the 10. Second down and 5 coming up for Goshen. 7 points last week against Plymouth, a team that's given up a lot of points. And that touchdown and extra point came with 1:22 left with them losing 6-0. Plymouth was that close. Goshen snatched it away from them.
It's been a while since Plymouth won a game.
It has been. Second down and 5. Fry hands off to Detweiler. He will get hit. He got away inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 6. So it'll be a gain of 4 and bring up third down and 1.
It looked like the Tigers had him in the backfield that time. They ran a little counter. Fry started to go right. He gave it to Detweiler going back to the left. And the Tigers made contact with him about the line of scrimmage, but he was able to shake a tackle and then pick up 4 yards on the play.
Third down and 1, and we got a Tiger that goes down at the line of scrimmage. So we have an injured Warsaw Tiger. And the training staff will come out onto the field. Grabbing something. The ladies are cleaning up back here, so I grabbed something out of the bucket. No, I'm good. Thank you. No, thanks. No, it's good. The chili up here was spectacular. Several people have come back to the well several times for extra bowls of chili.
Oh, absolutely. You know, on a night like this, chili is perfect.
And the hospitality, once again, has been absolutely spectacular here. Amy Berg and Leslie Jackson have coordinated that as they have for several years here, and they've done an excellent job with that. We don't get to participate in it most of the time, but tonight they took extra care of us to make sure that we had something to eat after the game is over. The injured Tiger is up. And that's Gavin Schultz, a sophomore, in on defense here in the second half. And we have a lot of new names out there for the Tigers. Morgan Johnson's in on defense. Tristan Wilson is in there as well. Jackson Cooper Walters also into the game for Warsaw. 3rd down and 1 as the clock moves again. 3:40 left to play here in the third. Goshen at the Tiger 6. Fry takes a snap. He's going to run right. He runs right toward the goal line, and he got to the end zone. He's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Redhawks. So they score with 3:28 left to play here in the third quarter, and they are on the board.
Yeah, and that time, Fry, the quarterback took the shotgun snap, ran off tackle to the right side, and he got through the line clean, and he hit one of our defensive backs and just drove him backwards. Fry is really built like a fullback and powered his way into the end zone that time for a 6-yard touchdown.
They've had a couple of different guys kicked for them. And I don't think the guy that's out there kicking is one of their regular guys. Snap spot, kick is away, it's up, and it is good. 2:37, the clock stops for the change of possession. 36-7, Warsaw in the lead. We're back in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
Hey, you've got a great-looking car. Yeah? Except for that ding in your door. Oh, got that in the parking lot. Well, your affordable solution is CarTech. CarTech. They use a paintless dent repair process that restores your car to make it beautiful and shiny again. Many dents are repaired the same day, whether at their shop or your driveway. For dents and dings and hail damage repair, it's CarTech, your last stop before the body shop. That's C-A-R-R, CarTechDents.com.
I'm your neighbor. You see me at Optimist, you see me at church, you see me at the grocery store. I'm just a regular guy with a law degree who has the know-how to get you the win. I'm Travis McConnell, your personal injury lawyer. With millions of dollars won for clients, call me. I'll give you my personal cell, and we can start working together. The initial call is always free. I handle all types of injuries, falls, crashes, defective products, and more. Call me today, Travis McConnell, your personal injury lawyer. Just say, hey Google, look up the law office of Travis McConnell. Office Warsaw.
Give us 15 minutes. We'll give you the world. This is News Now.
During the timeout, Rob was Twitter surfing. What'd you find?
I found that Concord has tied up the game against Mishawaka 8-8 in the third quarter.
Wow. That would be a stunner. Bouncing kick down the field, picked up by the Tigers at the 18-yard line. 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40, and then out of bounds. And let's see who that is that has the football. Oh, it's Bryson Brown. Looked like somebody that knew what they were doing, and it's Bryson Brown, so the answer is yes. He knows what he's doing, and Warsaw will take over at the 42-yard line, and the clock runs with 2:08 to play here in the third quarter, and the Tigers leading 36-7.
Yeah, Bryson Brown that time with a really nice kick return. They tried to squib it down low. Brown took it on a hop and eluded a couple of tacklers and brought it out to the 42 for the Tigers.
Is it just me, or has it felt like almost every game we've played we've either lost or won with a running clock at the end?
It's been a lot of games this year like that. Yeah.
Warsaw with a ball from the 42-yard line. They run the option left, Hofford up the middle for a yard to the 43. Grady Nolan continues on as quarterback for the Tigers. We'll see if they bring in Daylor Villaba, who was sick last week. Did play on Saturday in the JV game. Grady also played in the JV game. We'll see if Daylor gets in here in the fourth quarter. At Northridge next week. Coverage starts at 6:15 on News Now Warsaw from beautiful Intera Field, which will be even more beautiful with the leaves changing colors here over the next week. Nolan will let the play clock run down. It's at 6. Now he goes under center. They're going to hand it off up the middle to the fullback. And nowhere to go for the Tiger fullback on that play, who was Wyatt Dawson. And it's to the 46, and it's third down and 6 coming up for the Redhawks, or for the Tigers. Again, you got a lot of new faces in there on the offensive line for Warsaw. A lot of those guys will be playing tomorrow up at Foreman Field. 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. 12 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. This will be the last play of the period. Nolan, option play, up the middle. Hoffert stumbles and gets a yard to the 47. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter with a score of Warsaw 36, Goshen 7. We start the fourth in 60 seconds on News Now Warsaw.
It's Custom Trailers and Carts invites you this of custom trailers and golf carts in Northern Indiana. Elliott's Trailers and Carts are the Northern Indiana authorized dealer for E-Z-Go personal golf carts, the #1 golf cart in the world. The brand new E-Z-Go Elite and Velour carts are in stock. Plus, you can get financing on any E-Z-Go golf cart through Sheffield Financial LLC. Hurry in for the best season-ending prices at your only authorized E-Z-Go dealer. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, US 30 East Warsaw, where you are always a winner.
Find your new ride at Lakeside. Lakeside Chevrolet is the only dealer in Warsaw to offer warranty forever on every new and used vehicle under 100,000 miles. Lakeside needs to fill the lot, and that means paying above market prices for your used vehicle. Stop in and get a cash offer for your vehicle in 5 minutes or less. Don't compromise while shopping for a new Chevrolet. Let Lakeside help you custom order your new ride with all the options you want. Lakeside Chevrolet, home of the warranty forever.
Tiger Talk, driven by R&B Car Company. Saturday at 9 on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM, 1480 AM, online at newsnowwarsaw.com. That's the News Now Warsaw app.
Mishawaka has scored. It's 15-8 in favor of Mishawaka. Getting late in that game, but not as late as it is here. We start the fourth. 4th down, Tigers are going for it. They're going to pitch it back to Rodriguez. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and throw for a loss. Back to the Tiger 45-yard line. Very impressive play by Gabe Janice, who just ran through the Tiger line and got to the running back before Rodriguez could turn upfield. And the Redhawks take over on downs with 11:23 left to play here in the fourth quarter, and Warsaw leading 36-7.
Yeah, and that time on a 4th and 5, Goshen decided just to sell out, and everybody was coming. They were bringing guys across the line of scrimmage. They got lots of penetration. The Tigers tried to run a pitch sweep to the left. They brought Rodriguez in motion from right to left, and on the snap of the ball, they just turned and pitched it to him. But there was penetration into the backfield. They brought him down for a 3-yard loss, and Goshen gets the ball back.
The Redhawks will take over, having scored on their last time out, trailing 36-7. They'll start at the Tiger 45. They got some new people into the game. Hand off up the middle. That is Josiah Keplinger, a junior, carrying the football. They got a new quarterback in there, too. And that new quarterback is Jace Hirschberger. Jace spelled J-A-C-E. Hirschberger gets a first down, or a good carry on first down for the fullback Keplinger. Second down and 6. They hand off to him again, and this time the Tiger defense is right before the ball popped out. Oh, they're going to blow it dead. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that one. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. Keplinger was hit, and the ball went rolling behind him, and the Tigers scooped it up, but they had blown the play dead. Had that been in a moment where the game was important, I probably would be a lot more upset. We'll just say it that way.
Understandable. That's a good way of phrasing it.
Several of the players from last year's team have congregated down here on the field, hanging out, saying hello to people up in the stands. 3rd down and almost 8 coming up for the Redhawks. Hirschberger hit behind the line of scrimmage. He took the step, got away from 1, got away from 2, and got to the 40-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Ponce, don't check that, not Ponce, Trusty on the stop. Alexander had a big game last week in Wawasee with 2 tackles for loss on 2 sacks. Under 9 minutes to play the game. Warsaw with the lead, 36-7. The Redhawks facing 4th down. They bring Alford back onto the field, which would lead you to believe that they're going to punt.
Yeah, how about that? Does that surprise you?
Yeah, a lot, actually.
They tried to fake earlier.
They did.
And they're taking a long time in the huddle.
They are. 15 seconds in the play clock. Game clock at 8:27. Stay tuned after the game. Final scoring, final stats. Drive the game, play the game, all still ahead. Hirschberger, hard count, takes the snap, looking to throw. Pressure coming from the backside. He'll be hit, and down he goes. It's not a sack, but that was Morgan Johnson, the sprinter on the track team, that tracked him down after a gain of 2 yards. And Warsaw takes over on downs with 8 minutes to play in the game, leading 36-0.
Yeah, and Hirschberger took the snap that time on 4th and 5 and looked to his left. And I think he was looking for Alford on a slant end, and it wasn't open, so Hirschberger took off running to the left, thought he had some open field there to pick up the first down, but he got caught from behind, and he got dragged down for a 2-yard gain. He was 3 yards short of the first down, so the ball is turned over, and the Tiger offense gets to come back out on the field.
Ball in the near hash mark at the 38. Warsaw about to go to 6-2 on the season, 4-2 in the conference. Goshen will fall to 2-6 and 2-4. And Daylor Villema is in the game at quarterback for Warsaw. He'll hand off to Hofford. Hofford's got a little bit of room. They'll get across the 40 to about the 41. It's a gain of 3. Again, stay tuned after the game for the final scoring and final stats. And it looks like we're going to have some time to fill, so we will chat with Steve about that here shortly, about what to do. Because if things keep going like they're going, we're going to be off the air by 9 o'clock. And Bob Lovell doesn't start till 9:30. Second down and 7. Villema under center. And he'll hand off up the middle. And a leap over the pile by Wyatt Dawson. Gain of 2. Third down and about 5.5, 6 coming up for the Tigers.
And again, this is really good experience for these young guys. They're rotating a lot of guys in and out right now. Linemen, running backs, a whole variety of guys are going in and out right now, and this is good experience for them on a Friday night.
Third down, we'll call it 5. Wide side of the field is left. That's the far side of the formation. Hoffert up the middle. Just not a lot there as Goshen selling out the middle to stop the run. It's a gain of about 1 officially, and it's 4th down and 4 coming up for the Tigers.
Last time the Tigers had a 4th down situation in the last possession, they tried to run a pitch sweep to the left, and Goshen sold out and pretty much brought everybody, and they brought Rodriguez down in the backfield.
And I hope this comes out right. Goshen's primed for a pass. They've got everybody up. Not that Warsaw should pass. I'm not suggesting that at all, but that's what's happening. Villema's going to keep it. He'll turn upfield, and he got very close to the first down. He might have got the first down. Rob's shaking his head. I've seen that head shake that way for 20 years now, and that means he got the first down. And in fact, once again, Mr. Reniker is correct.
I'll tell you, we've been doing this a long time together. I've loved every moment of it.
If you weren't with us earlier, Rob and his wife are moving to California here at the end of the school year, which means tonight could be his last home game here at Fisher Field as a broadcaster for Tiger football. Quentin Brock, the freshman quarterback, is in. He'll keep it, and then he'll pitch it back at the last minute. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tigers! 51 yards on the run. A.J. Smith scores a Tiger touchdown here on senior night. And with 4:23 left to play in the game, it's 42-7.
And the Tigers ran that exceptionally well. They ran the option to the left that time, and they faked it to the fullback, and at the last second, Villema pitched it to Smith, and he showed his speed. He got to the sideline, outran everybody up the sideline for a 38-yard touchdown, and the Tigers are on the board again.
Smythe to try to tack on one more. Perfect kicking. He's run one in for 2 points. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. 3:42 left to play here in the fourth quarter. It's 43-7. Warsaw with the lead. We're back after these messages on News Now Warsaw.
Husband will walk again soon. We do knee replacements all the time.
I don't know. It seems like I should just replace the whole thing. Aren't you single?
Sometimes it's obvious when you should replace just a part. Like if your windows have condensation between the panes, you may not need to replace the whole window. The specialists at Glass Doctor can install new insulated glass in your existing frames for less than you might think. Save money and restore your window's appearance. Visit glassdoctor.com.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your paint. Oh, yeah!
Now, back to the Warsaw Tigers on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Roger and Rob back with you at Fisher Field. Warsaw with a 43-7 lead over Goshen.
And the offense looked good on that series that time. They pounded it up the middle with Robinson Hoffert, and finally they popped it to the outside with Smith. And it was a really executed option to the left, and it went 38 yards for the touchdown.
And the run up in the boot by Smythe is returnable. Oh, it's bobbled, and bobbled again, and picked up at the 5. And he's in big trouble, and Hinkle's going to be snowed under by Tiger cover team members at the 7-yard line. 43-7 Warsaw. Redhawks take over from the 7.
So this is a good performance by the Tigers tonight. We talked early on about, what did they want to accomplish tonight? And the defense has done their part, especially in the first half, that first unit. The offense showed a lot of rhythm. They were executing pretty well. And, this is a good performance for the Tigers to go into next week against Northridge's game.
Tigers at Northridge next week. Airtime 6:15 on News Now Warsaw. I am mildly to moderately surprised at how many people are still here. Right? It is not a beautiful night for football. It is cold. There's still a lot of people here, and that's good. They've had a lot to cheer about here on the home side on this evening. Clock running, 2.5 minutes left to play in the fourth. Warsaw leads 43-7 over Goshen. They'll hand it off up the middle, and there's not much room there, although the pile does drift forward out to the 8-yard line. That's Keplinger on the carry. 2nd down and 9. Again, stay tuned after the game. Final scoring. The drive of the game. Rob's final stats. The play of the game. And scores. Can't wait to see what happens with that Mishawaka-Concord game. Concord had tied it at 8. And then Mishawaka went right back down the field and scored to take the lead 15-8. And by the way, Fry's back in the game for Goshen at quarterback. He will hand the ball off. And I'm not sure who had it, I'll be honest. Sorry, Rob, I'm no help to you.
No, that's okay. At this stage of the game, when we've got these subs in, I get a category going because so many guys have carried the ball. I can't fit them all on my stat sheet, so I get a team category going.
Let's give that one to Bontrager.
All right, we can do that.
Okay. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Goshen inside their own 10. Hand off to Keplinger. Not much room there. He'll get across the 10 to the 11. It'll be 4th down. Goshen will have to run one more play and the game will be over. As a matter of fact, this will be the last play of the game because they'll change possessions. As soon as they change possessions, they'll start the clock again, and that'll be it. Warsaw will win here tonight and go to 6-2. And then we'll head to Northridge for week 7. Warsaw and Goshen's just run off the field. Okay. So the Redhawks are running off the field, and this game now is over. Warsaw wins 43-7 over Goshen. Post-game coverage begins after this timeout on News Now Warsaw.
Enjoy the next level of fun on the water with help from Splendor Boats. Place your order now on Quest Pontoons or a Splendor custom-built power catamaran deck boat. Ask about their indoor, safe, and clean off-season boat storage, winterization, shrink wrapping, and pontoon redecking. Or have Splendor's custom upholstery and canvas refit or repair individual cushions, covers, or tops. Plus, schedule your spring boat arrival so you don't have to wait next year. Visit them in Warsaw or Silver Lake or online at SplendorBoatsWarsaw.com. Splendor Boats, a small family business for big family fun.
You have a check you need to deposit, but don't have time to go to the bank? No problem. Open up the Crossroads Bank app on your phone and make the deposit by taking a picture of the check. It's that easy. Download their app through the Apple Store or Google Play. Crossroads Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Where your bank and your life meet, Crossroads Bank.
It's that time of year again. Football is back, and soon it's time to sign up for the open enrollment of Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D drug plans, and individual health care plans through the Affordable Care Act. Contact JBC and Associates to update new plan designs and find out about increased subsidies to help reduce marketplace premiums. Call John at 574-527-1295. Call with any questions and be ready to sign up for the Medicare plans beginning October 15th and for individual health care plans on November 1st. Go Tigers!
I am a Colts fan. I'm a Bears fan. And you out there are Warsaw Tiger fans.
Whoever you root for, in order to win the game, your team needs a head coach with an effective game plan. We at Alder for Bergen can help you develop and implement a financial game plan for your family's future. So if you're a Colts fan, a Tiger fan, a Bears fan, or a fan of any other team,
Except the Patriots. Alder for Bergen can be the head coach of your financial planning team. Alder for Bergen and Company, 122 West Market Street in Warsaw, and online at alderforbergen.com.
Warsaw Tiger football on News Now Warsaw is brought to you by
Lakeside Chevrolet, Glass Doctor, Splendor Boats, Crossroads Bank, ABC and Associates, Alder for Bergen and Company, Rab Connecticut Water System, Colliers, Monty's Tire, State Farm Insurance, Ott Schroeder, Reinhold's Furniture, Elias Custom Trailers and Carts, Rock Hill Pinnock LLP, Reichert and Neff, 24-hour towing, Bobcat of Warsaw, R&B Car Company, Partech, and Travis McConnell Law.
And now for post-game coverage, once again, here's Roger Grossman and Rob Reniker.
Final score here at Fisher Field tonight, 43-7. Warsaw beats Goshen. They go 4-1 at home this season. They are winners of 14 of their last 15 on these grounds. Final scoring in the second half for the Redhawks. They scored their first and only touchdown of the night with 3:28 left to play in the third quarter. A 6-yard run by Elliott Fry. Colton Rapp kicked the extra point. That made it 36-7 Tigers. And then Warsaw put on the finishing touches. A 51-yard run on the pitch from Quentin Brock, the freshman quarterback, pitching back to A.J. Smith, who went to the left side and went all the way to the end zone. 51 yards for the score. And that made it 43-7 after Smythe tacked on the extra point. And that's where we finished up. Warsaw 43, Goshen 7. A very short conversation for Bart Curtis and the Tigers as they now are singing the school song, and all their friends and family members are waiting for them back here along the fence row. Rob has the final stats coming up in just a minute, but it's time for the drive of the game. And the drive of the game is brought to you by Stonehenge Golf Course, a championship course steeped with tradition on Pearson Road in Warsaw. See why people are raving about their banquet and conference room with a capacity up to 60. Reserve your holiday, wedding, or important meeting now. After Theo Catras had picked off a pass on Goshen's first possession and ran it back 67 yards for a touchdown, the Tigers got another interception from Lucas Ransbottom and took over from their 40-yard line with 8:11 left. They went 60 yards in 3 minutes and 12 seconds, and for all intents and purposes, they put the game out of reach from there. They score on the touchdown by Hayden Rodriguez on a 28-yard run with 4:59 left to play in the first quarter. They go up 14-0, and Goshen was never a threat to them after that. So that's the drive of the game, brought to you by Stonehenge on Pearson Road in Warsaw. Rob's got the final stats coming up next. Those are brought to you by Alder for Bergen, and they're on your way next on News Now Warsaw.
All bad things in football. All bad things when it comes to your water. Grab Water Systems All-Star Team can help eliminate your water penalties. Home of the non-electric Connecticut, which provides clean, clear water 24/7 without electricity. Call or visit rapwater.com to fix your water.
Oh, it sounds too good to be true, and usually it is. Buy this, get that, free. Buy the air conditioner, get the furnace free. That is a sales tactic that you won't hear from Collier's Heating and Air. You will get fair pricing and quality service, just as you have been for 35 years. That's what you want. At the end of the day, you'll choose tried, true, and trusted Colliers every time. TrustColliers.com.
At Monty's Best One Tire and Auto Care, the best costs less. Now through October 14th, buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires, and you can get $90 back by mail on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Get up to $120 when you use your Best One credit card. Offer ends October 14th. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. Visit any Monty's Best One location or MontyTire.com for details. Monty's Best One. Selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Ott Schroeder is your one-stop shop in Kosciuszko County for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Ott Schroeder is ready to help. Call 574-269-2020 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
News Now Warsaw, WRSW 1480 AM and W259 DJ 99.7 FM, Warsaw, Indiana.
Warsaw 43, Goshen 7. It's time for the final stats. They're brought to you by Oliver Bergen & Company. Let them be the head coach of your financial planning team. Oliver Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at oliverbergen.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Rob?
Okay, here we go. Tonight, Goshen ended up with 6 first downs. They had 28 rushing attempts for 96 yards. That's about 3.5 yards a carry. Their quarterback, Elliott Fry, threw the ball. He was 6 of 16 tonight for 34 yards. He did throw 2 interceptions on the night. So tonight, Goshen ran 44 plays for a total of 130 yards. They fumbled 4 times and lost 1 of them, so they had 3 turnovers tonight. They also had 2 penalties for 30 yards. The Warsaw Tigers tonight ended up with 6 first downs. They had 32 rushing attempts for 195 yards. That's about 6 yards a carry. Their leading ball carrier was their starting fullback, Reed Zollinger, and he had 8 carries for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns on the night. Warsaw's quarterback, Drew Sullivan, ended the night 1 for 1 for 44 yards. So the Tigers tonight ran 33 plays for a total of 239 yards. They fumbled 4 times on the night and lost 2 of them, so they had 2 turnovers. They ended up with just 1 penalty for 5 yards.
See if this sounds familiar to you. About the only thing Warsaw can complain about is the fact that they just have trouble hanging on to the football.
That's it exactly. We said the same thing last week, didn't we? Yeah, that's bottom line.
And how many other games that they played this year?
Yes.
Northwood, Mishawaka. I mean, it's been a running theme, and you're probably listening going, you guys are talking too much about it. We can't talk enough about it. It's a big deal. It cost them chances against Mishawaka, and you just hope that when we get into a big game like next week's going to be a big game, right? It's not a conference championship kind of a game, but it's a big game. You are going to need momentum going into playoffs. You're going to have to be playing your best football against whoever you draw in the draw on Sunday night, and next week becomes the dress rehearsal for what's coming next. Plus, Northridge's offense is going to be the best passing offense that we've seen, and that includes Northwood's. I mean, they're that good throwing the football. So next week going to be a pretty big game, and while this week didn't feel like it was a big game because the outcome was pretty much going to be obvious, next week is going to be a head knocker of a football game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're sitting here talking about turnovers that they need to get ironed out. Outside of that, they played good football tonight.
They did.
Starting defense was exceptional, as has been the case for much of the season. The starting offense clicked. You know, they did what they needed to do. They executed very well. They got into a rhythm. We needed that. Going into next week, we needed guys to really start to get it down. And, outside of that center quarterback exchange and a couple of guys getting popped and losing the ball, the boys looked very good tonight.
43-7, Warsaw is a winner tonight over Goshen. Final stats have been brought to you by Alda Bergen & Company, 122 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at aldabergen.com. The play of the game, good luck with that one, Rob, is next. We'll find out what he thinks on News Now Warsaw.
When it's time to select new furniture for your home, delivery is an important part of the process. Hi, this is Steven. The delivery team at Reinhold's Town Square Furniture in Warsaw are top-notch professionals. They carefully carry your new furniture into the designated area in your home and haul away your old furniture. Gus and Garrett are always courteous and helpful, and we receive numerous compliment calls on the excellent work they do. See the difference that a top-quality delivery team can make. Stop into Reinhold's Town Square Furniture today.
Hello, I'm Jay Rigdon. At Rocky Pinnock, we work hard to earn your business. Our clients entrust us with their families, their businesses, and their futures. That's why we make sure we use the latest technology to stay current on the law. It's why we pool our combined experience, over 200 years of it, to give our clients the best possible solutions for their legal problems. If you want us on your side, call 267-6116 for an appointment. Rocky Pinnock, lawyers you can count on.
Bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, car stalls won't start, oh what you gonna do, oh what you gonna do, call the boys in blue, wrecking in these states and need the best rates, take the next step, call records and net, go with the guys who got the best tools, if you get in a wreck, they'll come get you, bad wreck, oh what you gonna do, call records and net, to come get you.
Remember, when you get in a wreck,
call records and net.
Hey, it's Andrew Bobcat of Warsaw. And once again, it's time for football games under the lights on Friday night. It's also time to think about taking care of your Bobcat equipment and Cub Cadet or X-Mark mower you've been working hard all summer long. You should give it a pat on the back by bringing it to us for that fall service so it can relax all winter long and be ready for spring. We would like to pass on a huge thank you to this amazing community that we live in. We are very proud to have you as neighbors and friends. This proud sponsor of Warsaw Tiger Football just wants to say thanks. Booyah!
The Cubs, the Colts, and the Warsaw Tigers are all part of the team on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
43-7, Warsaw wins. They are 6-2 on the season with 1 to go. Goshen falls to the exact opposite. They are 2-6. Time for the play of the game, brought to you by Havrilla and Nolan, LLC, attorneys at law. Call Felicity and Carrie with other law questions and for assistance securing Medicaid. Havrilla and Nolan, 121 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at hnllc-law.com. What do you got, Rob?
Oh, you and I like to make the comment, sometimes the play of the game happens early, and sometimes the play of the game happens late. Tonight, the play of the game happened really early in Goshen's first possession. They had the ball in a 3rd and 11 situation. They tried throwing the ball deep down the left side, and Theo Catras was there to pick it off. He took the ball back 67 yards for a pick six, put the Tigers on the board early, and from there on, it was all Warsaw Tigers.
Theo's second pick six of the season gave Warsaw a 7-0 lead. It's the play of the game, brought to you by Havrilla and Nolan, 121 West Market Street, Warsaw, and online at hnllc-law.com. Steve is about to send us some scores. We'll pass those along to you, and we'll set you up for Week 9, our trip to Middlebury, next on News Now Warsaw.
You never know what's going to fall in. Kids in the leaves, maybe even your dog jumping into the leaves. You don't fall. You know what that is. Okay, let's talk about something else. Get $2,500 minimum for your trade-in, or get your down payment matched up to $2,500. We're R&B Car Company. We are where you ought to be. And with rates as low as 2.79% with approved credit, you can save money, big money. And no better time to trade than now with our huge selection, and we pay more than fair market share. Shop now at rbcarcompany.com.
Car Tech on Buffalo Street are your paintless dent repair specialists. Do you have a ding or a dent in your vehicle? If the paint isn't cracked, then Car Tech can fix it. And nobody will ever know. They'll never know. What about hail damage? Hail? Yes, they can fix that. Car Tech are your hail damage specialists. Parking lot door dings? They fix those too. Restore your vehicles to dent-free with Car Tech, your last stop before the body shop. That's C-A-R-R, CarTechDents.com.
Travis is the first guy that helped me get my license back after 8 years of not driving.
Travis was the first person to fight for me and to show me how to fight for myself and how to have hope for the future.
I'm that guy. I'm Travis McConnell. Those were real clients with real results. A criminal case can mean sitting in jail, but it doesn't have to. I'm the lawyer that will listen and take time to understand the issue, then stand up and fight for you in court. Call me today, Travis McConnell, your criminal defense lawyer. Just say, hey, Google, look up the law office of Travis McConnell. Office Warsaw.
Each case is unique and may not yield the same results.
Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts invites you this fall to the widest variety of custom trailers and golf carts in northern Indiana. Elliott's Trailers and Carts are the northern Indiana authorized dealer for E-Z-Go personal golf carts, the #1 golf cart in the world. The brand new E-Z-Go Elite and Velour carts are in stock. Plus, you can get financing on any E-Z-Go golf cart through Sheffield Financial, LLC. Hurry in for the best season-ending prices at your only authorized E-Z-Go dealer. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, US 30 East Warsaw, where you are always a winner.
The Warsaw Tigers play here on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM.
Just a couple minutes after 9 o'clock, and I think we're going to be off the air before most of the games are over. An update on the conference game between Mishawaka and Concord. Concord has kicked a field goal, so it's Mishawaka 15, Concord 11. That's in the fourth. Last check was Northridge led Plymouth 49-0. Last check, Northwood led Wawasee 43-0. Elkhart leads Marion 28-0. That's in the third. Penn leads New Prairie 14-0. Also in the third. Valley's up on Wabash 51-19 in the third. And Knox leads Triton 24-19. Trojans making a comeback in that game. Here, Warsaw 43-7 winners over Goshen with 1 to play.
Yes, and that 1 to play is going to be a tough one. We go up to Northridge. They've got a really good group, very strong offense. They throw the ball exceptionally well. It's going to be a challenge for the Tigers next week.
And we will be on the air with it starting at 6:15. The kickoff at 7 o'clock from Intera Field here on News Now Warsaw, newsnowwarsaw.com, and the News Now Warsaw app. For Steve Scott back at the station, for my friend Rob Reniker, I'm Roger Grossman. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Tiger fans, I know you enjoyed the outcome very, very much. Warsaw 43, Goshen 7. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Tiger Talk on News Now Warsaw.
You've been listening to another great sporting event on News Now Warsaw, 99.7 FM and 1480 AM. For more, log on to the Warsaw